Hey, it's Spence from WP Launch Club. I've been in the WordPress freelance space since about 2006, and the early years were filled with teaching freelancers how to succeed with WordPress. But the ways that we did that were much different than we do today, because in those days it was a lot of coding and a lot of physically making the website appear. But the one thing that was consistently true back then and today was that we were showing people how to solve very small problems really quickly for people who have the pain of not knowing how to do it, or in some cases just don't want to be bothered. So although there's an entire world of people teaching you how to be a freelancer and go after the $5,000 and $10,000 and $20,000 projects, I'm not going to do that. I would rather show you as, let's say, a new freelancer or a freelancer who maybe is not geographically advantaged to be in a big city here in the United States, how to make lots of small wins for a lot of people who are willing to pay really quickly. And the advantage of doing this is threefold. Number one, you can do it without a reputation and without a lot of money. Number two, you can do it even if you don't live geographically in the United States. And number three is this is what opens the door to what is proven for me and tens of thousands of my students and clients, how to make money doing something you love while it's still fun. In other words, you can earn enough money from selling one or two or three of these on a regular basis to actually make a livelihood in many cases. So instead of going for the big whale, we're going to teach you today an example of how to fish and catch a fish or two a day and have the lifestyle you want. Now, the best thing is this ties into my new yourbestprofile.com workshop, hands-on training, and email funnel. What I've done is put together an extremely easy to follow, inexpensive, starts at $9, way for anybody around the world to learn exactly what to do and say and how to appear online in order to attract the kind of people with these problems. Having said that, let's start out. This is my WP Launch Kit number one. It's what I'm calling a parents club. Now, I have as a background story 3 boys. It's part of my origin story. I raised them as a single parent while transitioning from a real estate development career and landlording and other businesses into tech. And I did it because I understood that, like myself, there's lots of groups of people who need small solutions such as this. One of my sons is 19 and he's in college now, and there's a parents club that I work with. They do everything like most people of my generation X, the hard way. So they've got an email and a Google Doc and a bunch of people randomly trying to pay through Venmo and Zelle and blah, blah, blah. Impossible. But all they really need is a simple solution for a short period of time that solves their pain. They have Mom's Day weekends and Dad's Day weekends for a fraternity. It could be a sorority, could be a social club, that need to sell the tickets, take a head count, and let everybody know what's going on. That's it. Now, instead of trying to build from a million parts and random pieces or using third-party services, the things that I've been working on in WordPress over the last number of years, 17 years, have accumulated into here's a stack of stuff where WordPress acts as a service. This is something I'm recommending you can easily sell for $300 one time, and that could be annually, by the way. And then you could even charge a monthly service fee for doing things that go along with it. For example, I'll be the person that puts in all of the custom content for the new event. I'll be the person who writes the emails based upon your suggestion. I'll be the one that manages sending them out. Those little things could be $25, $50, $100 a month. But if you go out and get yourself 10 or 15 parents clubs or school organizations or social clubs, fraternities, sororities, it adds up quickly. The training that I give you here is how to use this as like a TV dinner to earn $300 in 1 hour. Money back guarantee if you can't follow those instructions and make it happen. I cannot promise that you're good as being a salesperson, but what I can do with yourbestprofile.com is teach you how to present yourself and your service and send emails that make you sound like you know what you're talking about in a way that's a no-brainer for these types of people who are like myself, Gen Xers who need stuff done for them but don't need or want a whole website. Let me walk you through how this works. This particular one is because there was a Mom's Day weekend. We had 4 events on 3 days. Instead of being complicated, the first page is essentially just a Gutenberg using Cadence theme list of the information. I used canva.com, the free logo maker, to make a logo for this hypothetical and for the real fraternity. It took me literally 3 minutes to do that. I go into that in the actual training that's included with this. Next, we've got the order and checkout. This is where, using WooCommerce and the LaunchFlows plugin, I'm able to give them all the things they want to buy in one place, very nicely laid out on the checkout page. Instead of having to go to a shop and add a product and go to the checkout, it's just all there. And the neat thing about this is it has the ability to do order bump and quantity and custom fields that were important to validate what they're getting. You'll notice here, they can just check the box and add on any of the 4 events, which are enumerated on the front page, but then they can change the quantity down below. And we still ask them as a question or two to validate how many people are going. Next is, once we've gone ahead and allowed somebody to check out, they're taken to a custom thank you. Again, using the WooCommerce product and LaunchFlows, this is a simple layout, 10 seconds of design using built-in Gutenberg and Cadence. You could use any theme you wanted, but why change? It works exactly as I'm saying without having to be fancy. The orders are all listed on the summary page, which is simple enough for a non-technical person to use, but we also connected them to Stripe.com so they have the iPhone app and they see the orders coming in that way. Inside of each order, it confirms the additional people, the price, and the items ordered as well, so they don't get overwhelmed. There's plenty of analytics available in here, of course, through the native WooCommerce that shows who's ordered what and how much and what's popular. Next, it's got built in the ability to add everybody into a CRM. I'm using Fluent CRM here. That's a customer relationship management system. In layman's terms, it allows each of the parents to be preloaded from a list, just a regular Google Sheet, and then you can send them out all the information. But when they actually buy stuff and do stuff, it will give them tags here. Mom's Friday Pong, Mom's Sunday's Bagels. And that way you can automatically respond to people if they've not gotten what you think they should, or if you think there's other things that are interesting. You can also use it to keep track of their particular nuances. So for example, here in the contact details, we could see the overview of what they've done and they've bought certain things. We could see how much money they've spent, or we can go into the notes and activities. So in this case, this Steve Parsons parent is allergic to gluten. It'd be a shame if he had the bagels. But you can put that all in one spot instead of it being spread out over lots of emails or notes. So if, let's say, for example, when somebody buys one of the products or when they register, we trigger the series of things to happen. One of which is to wait a week before the event to send out a reminder. So the trigger is that 1 week before the event, which we wait for here, we're going to send a reminder email that has all the details of what's going on. And then what happens is that there's a custom email. And as I was describing, you can use the built-in editor to just make this for them. They never have to touch it. But you can, as a service, say, look, you give me the email content, I'll put it in, put your logo in, make it look beautiful, and ensure that it's sent out. Minutes of work. Here's the tags that I created for these 4 products or 4 weekend events so that we know which people bought what, because they'll get a tag on their contact profile. We also have a summary of the 4 products, which all are set up, as I'll show you, to allow everything in that sales funnel to happen through LaunchFlows and the CRM. First of all, we just put the price, $10, the simple details. Then what we do is we go down here and we set up the sales funnel with LaunchFlows. Here you'll notice that I've had every product be directly sent to the checkout, because as I showed you, there's already the ability for somebody to pick amongst all of the products in the checkout page itself. This keeps somebody from being busy inside of a shop or other pages and getting lost. We just send them immediately from the home page right to the checkout. And we also have a thank you page. The thank you page, as I showed you, has the LaunchFlows component that immediately shows everybody what they bought and can have further instructions what to do by having those product receipts be linkable. Here we've got the CRM setup. You'll notice that if somebody buys this product, it gives them the tag. In this case, the wine pong, beer and pong game, is the tag of Mom's Friday Wine Pong. If they, for some reason, say, oh, I made a mistake, I'm not coming, and return it, then they remove the tag, or the system removes the tag, and so they won't be counted as a participant. And then finally, this is a quick example of what the LaunchFlow's checkout layout capability looks like. It's just a series of blocks that you already have in place that you can move around and customize. But you'll notice here on the left side, we just put the ID number of the products. So when you set this up from scratch, you'll just take this ready to go TV dinner kit, just change the product IDs to match your particular new products, or change the names and the logos for the existing ones. Just use those as placeholders. The idea of using this system is that I give you everything you need ready to go, like a TV dinner. So you could go to Canva and make a new logo, maybe a new top logo, go out and follow the step-by-steps that I show you for this product to locate a club, a fraternity, a parents group that needs this kind of stuff. And I give you everything to say to get their attention and to demonstrate it to them. The fact is that this is a ready-to-go kit, so you don't have to start from scratch. You can just literally press a button, and this kit is ready to go, and then you just change out the logo, change out the details, change out the emails, and then finally connect it to Stripe. I make it super easy, though, because as you'll see, this already has the test Stripe account set up, so you can demonstrate it to your prospective customers without having to set up any of that even. It literally will work out of the box, that you can show to them what this might look like from start to finish. So here, for example, if I just complete the order, it'll be something you could demonstrate live without having to do anything or buy anything else. There's 3 things involved in the workshop. There's the workshop itself, which will teach you about how to improve your profile and how to approach new people by having a simple pain point solution like this instead of going for those home runs. The second thing, though, is I'm including, besides the workshop for $9, I'm including the Art of Conversion, which is $11 add-on. That is essentially the entire email sequence and things to say to the very same people who would be interested in the Parents Club solution. And then finally, I'm including a very inexpensive, considering that I normally bill $300 an hour at WP Launchify, Personal Profile Rehab. This is a hands-on service where you will send me either your Upwork or LinkedIn profile, and I will mark it up. Probably I'll do it online with just my voice and a screenshot to tell you what I would change about it to improve it. So many people have contacted me through my various public postings and said, Spence, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, slow down. If you had approached me differently, and if your profile had said something different, I would have a dialogue with you. But you came on so heavy, it's like somebody who rushes up to a stranger at a coffee shop and says, I want to run away and get married with you today, get in my car. That doesn't work. It has to be smaller and subtler and easy. And it starts with having a profile that shows you as a calm, cool, collected expert who can solve these kinds of pains. And I'm also going to equip you with the Parents Club launch kit as the first idea of this, with the Your Best Profile and this new #1 WP Launch Kit, which is going to be called Parents Club. I hope to set the standard for helping thousands of the freelancers who are in my audience to start making money in today's economy, where automation and other tools are going to be competing with some of the mundane tasks you used to do. And instead to focus on the fact that there's an entire generation of us, 45, 55 and up, who need help from you for doing the things that we just don't want to bother doing, but that you can do really quickly and efficiently. That way you can build up a recurring revenue business and be successful and financially stable without having to go for home runs. This is Spence. I'll see you in the next video.